Hi guys, welcome to this video. This is Joseph D here. I've built another machine for sanding things, for locks and things. I've built this belt sander, which is a horizontal belt sander, because I really needed one, and I wanted one small, which you can't buy anywhere. So I used a motor from a scroll saw, which was surplus to requirements, an 85 watt motor, induction motor. I cast a box for all the control gear, capacitor and switch. I made these pulleys. I cast them into tubes, into steel tubes, and then I knocked them out of the steel tubes and turned them down on the machine to get the round stock which I needed. One has a bearing in the center and another bearing on the other side. Believe it or not, there's no spring in this at all. It works without using any kind of spring. So it's just like that. It runs very true and smooth. So if I demonstrate it to you working, just to show you, it's amazing for stuff like this, or for filing things flat. It's got a long area from here to there. It's about nearly a foot long. If I want to catch into a curb like this, I can just get in there like this. And you get that sort of effect. These scroll saw motors pack a punch. They've got a lot of torque. I think it's 1400 RPM. It's not very fast, but it just gets the right speed to do this job. If you want to catch a curb, you can go on either end. See to get a curb. And if you want to do a straight, you can just go on here and, you know, sand it all the way through. I wanted this machine for sanding locks square. You know, when you have a lock and you want to sand it square, this area here is dead square. So I set up on building such a machine. It turned out quite well. I haven't painted it, it's just basic, you know. 1 inch by 10mm steel bar, 3mm thick mild steel plate, screws, bit of U section or C section bar, I think it's 50mm, and that's all, basically all you need. I welded this bit here onto there, so basically a washer and a piece of 1 inch by 10mm bar welded to the washer, and the screws, 3 Allen screws, which secure the motor to the thing, so it works quite well. All in all, I'm very happy with this. I haven't had a chance to paint it yet, but I thought I'd show it to you, as it's a very good machine for what it does. As you've probably gathered, I'm in the process of making another one, but it's not finished yet. See, that piece here is this piece, this worked surface, just a more smaller one basically for very intricate work. You can use a choice of any kind of motor, 12 volt motors, anything, whatever you have to hand. You measure the height of the motor and then you make these things accordingly to the height to accommodate it, and that's all it is. The motor turns anti-clockwise, so it turns the belt this way, but it doesn't really make any difference whether it turns clockwise or anti-clockwise. It'd be handy to have a reversing switch, you know, to flip the capacitor over in this motor to turn it the opposite way round. But in all, I'm happy with it going this way, so, you know, till the light goes that way. So yeah, anti-clockwise, looking at it from the front. That's basically the correct way. Excellent for wanting to grind something flat. And that's basically all it is. Here's a good look at the motor here. You find these motors on standard scroll saw, Clark Woodworker scroll saw, or B&Q. This one came from a B&Q scroll saw which was damaged, and I saved the motor from it, and I thought one day I'll use it for something, and here's the day it's come. There's a fan inside it there. I don't know if you can see, it goes round. You can just about see the whiteness. of the fan there. I've left the clearance underneath here, so the air can still get in through here and into the motor to keep it cool, so that's important. But depends what sort of motor you use. But all in all, this wasn't a bad attempt on my part. Very, very pleased with it. That side can be used for sanding concave work, like bars and things, you know, because there's a flex in the belt here, so that's handy too. And it's just an adjustable C-section steel with a couple of Allen screws keeping it in place. And it's got 2 slots in it, so I can adjust this backward or forward depending on if I put a more thicker belt on it or something, then I might need to bring this more back in order to still allow enough clearance between the work surface and the guide. So that's that. Unfortunately, I didn't put an adjustment on it. It's very easy to do, but I didn't want that feature because I'm sick and tired of having to square my machine up every time I use it, and I don't really use it for sanding bevels or angles, so I didn't really want that option. I just prefer to have it like this. So there we go. It's not a bad go, and as if you get the set square, it'll be 100% true. If you put the belt onto the belt there, 100% square, so that's a good thing. If you want to sand anything square, you can still do it. What I hope to do is make a facility so I can attach guides onto this table. For example, I can attach a piece of metal here like this, so I can put my work and this guide will stop it from going over or moving. Probably somewhere about there, so I can get the full length of the belt. It's about, from here to there, it's about 12 inches, so it's quite, you know, good. And these are zirconium belts, but I've got various offers for it. I've bought a load of them, different ones and different grades. This is something like a 60 grade, you know, but you can have 40, but this one was just right for removing the right amount of material, so that's it. I got that to turn square. There's 2 Allen screws, which are grub screws, which secure this onto the shaft of the motor. I had to take the motor apart and change the shaft of this motor because the shaft that came with this motor was too short. So I've modified that in order for it to have a longer shaft to fit on this pulley. So that way this pulley runs true. So thanks for checking out this video anyway. I hope you like this, guys. Feel free to check out the rest of my channel. There's all sorts of other metal casting videos and various music videos. I'm a big fan of 80s music, so I'll leave it there, guys. Hope you like this. I'm sorry I couldn't do a tutorial showing you how I built this, as I don't usually do those, but it's just a basic job, you know. Anyone can do it with a bit of imagination. It can be made out of wood or whatever you want. I use steel because I prefer it more, it's more solid. Alright guys, take care and thanks for watching. Bye.